When my father-in-law, Daniel Thompson, moved into our home, it was supposed to be temporary. His wife had passed away unexpectedly 6 months earlier, and although he tried to keep a strong face for the family, I could see the quiet grief shadowing his eyes. My husband, Mark, thought having him live with us for a while would help him heal. I agreed. Families should be there for each other in hard times, but I never could have predicted what would unfold in the weeks that followed. Daniel had always been polite but distant, the kind of man who spoke when necessary but rarely shared anything personal. He had worked as a carpenter for over 30 years, his hands rough and scarred from decades of labor, and his posture still straight despite his age. There was a quiet dignity to him, the kind that made people respect him, without him having to say a word. At first, life in the house felt normal enough. He kept to himself most of the day, reading old paperbacks in the living room or tinkering in the garage. But after a couple of weeks, I started to notice odd little things. His bedroom door was always locked when he wasn't inside, and sometimes at night I'd hear faint noises coming from upstairs, like the sound of drawers opening and closing. One rainy Thursday afternoon, when Mark was away on a business trip, I was folding laundry in the hallway when I heard a soft thump from Daniel's room. The door was slightly ajar, and light spilled out into the hallway. I hesitated for a moment, then knocked gently. "Daniel? Is everything okay?" No answer. I stepped closer and pushed the door open a little more. He was standing beside the bed, his back to me, holding a small wooden box. His shoulders tensed the moment he realized I was there. For a brief second, I saw something in his eyes, a flicker of alarm, maybe even fear, but it was gone as quickly as it came. "I didn't mean to interrupt," I said softly. "I thought I heard something." "It's nothing you need to worry about, Emily," he replied, setting the box down on the bed. His tone was polite, but there was a sharp edge to it that made my stomach tighten. I glanced at the box, noticing how worn it was, the wood darkened with age, the brass latch slightly tarnished. Something about it didn't feel like an ordinary keepsake. Before I could say anything else, Daniel stepped forward, closing the lid with deliberate care. "Just some old memories," he said, but his voice sounded strained, as if each word was carefully chosen. For the rest of the day, I couldn't get that image out of my head. The way he had clutched the box, the guarded look in his eyes, the way he had locked his bedroom door afterward. It wasn't curiosity alone that made me think about it. It was the feeling that whatever was inside that box carried weight, maybe even danger. That night, as the rain continued to patter against the windows, I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, replaying the moment over and over. I told myself it was none of my business, but deep down, I knew that whatever Daniel was hiding might affect our family more than I wanted to admit. The next morning, I woke to find Daniel already in the kitchen making coffee. He greeted me with a small smile, but I couldn't help noticing the faint dark circles under his eyes, as if he hadn't slept much. We exchanged polite conversation, but the air between us felt different now, charged, uneasy. Later that day, when he went out to the hardware store, I passed by his bedroom door. It was unlocked for once. I froze in the hallway, my heart pounding. Every instinct told me not to go in, but my curiosity and a creeping sense of dread pushed me forward. Inside, the room was neat and sparse, almost too clean. The bed was perfectly made, the nightstand empty except for a lamp and a glass of water. My eyes went straight to the dresser, where the wooden box sat, right where I'd last seen it. I approached it slowly, my fingers trembling as I reached for the latch. The brass felt cold under my touch. I hesitated, glancing toward the door, half expecting Daniel to appear at any moment. Then I flipped the latch and opened the lid. Inside were photographs, dozens of them, some faded and curling at the edges. At first, they looked like ordinary family pictures. Birthday parties, barbecues, holidays. But as I sifted through them, my breath caught in my throat. There were images of people I didn't recognize, all taken in the same small, dimly lit bedroom. And in several of them, the people looked terrified.